What's good, my peoples? What's popping with y'all, man? New episode dropping at 10:30. You heard? Make sure y'all tune in like a tune-in fork. You heard? I'm in BK right now. Smilly in the L. Trying to smilly off camera so they don't ban my joint. I'm chilling though, man. Chilling like a villain, man. What's really good with y'all dudes, man? You heard? New episode dropping at 10:30. Shout out to the bro Sim from Bushwick. You heard? Shout out to the whole Bushwick. I mean, I might drop 3 or 4 episodes this weekend, man, just cause I feel like, you know what I mean. I be chilling, man. But if I really want to be a monster on this algorithm, I drop an episode every single day of the week, like I used to. You heard? Too old for that, man. I be chilling, man. You heard? I be chilling. Right now, I'm just binge watching the rest of that Wu Tang series. Like I never finished it, so I started the whole second season over. I'm binging that. And then, I'm just binging that third season, man. I was watching that joint like for the last 3 nights in a row. I've been going to sleep 3 in the morning, just binging that joint out crazy. You heard? Got my son watching it, feeling bad, like damn. You feel what I'm saying? But that joint bring out a lot of emotions, man. That Wu Tang joint, like I don't know how true to the script their real life story is to that script and all of that, but if they went through what they said they went through with that building the studio together while dudes had beef and all of that, like that's remarkable, bro. That's remarkable. And I tell y'all dudes, I always tell y'all dudes the story of that story is on the channel, how I met, my bro OP, who I rapped with for the longest that I ever rapped with anybody. We got the joint with kids together. We did 100 videos together, 100 songs together. You feel what I'm saying? 200 songs together. But that's it's real because I met the bro like that during the blackout, man. We had the blackout in New York City, you know what I mean, in Dykeman. It was crazy. You feel me? People was losing their wig, and you know, so I didn't know son. You feel me? My other man, Bucker, knew son and was like, yo, son could spit, but I ain't know son, and I ain't really like son at all. You feel what I'm saying? And when the blackout came, he did something like, you know what I mean? Dudes, my son had a bike. One of my sons, my son SI, my son NYSI double D. You heard? Son had a bike, a pedal bike, and dudes was aggressive, asking son for a ride. Like dudes knew son and all of that, but because of the blackout, dudes was being extra aggressive and stuff. So dudes had asked son for a ride on his bike, and my son like, nah, I'm good. You feel me? And dude started tugging on his bike, and one of the dudes who tugged on his bike was my bro OP before I knew him. So I'm like, yo, what? I said, I know son of them. I know dudes ain't just tug on your bike like they was trying to take your bike. My man was like, get off my bike. You feel what I'm saying? Stop playing with me, you heard? And dudes spun off or whatever. But just the fact that dudes tugged on the bike alone had dudes' antennas up. Like, what? Nah, dudes tugged on the bike? Nah, you tugging? Nah. So, you know what I mean? We ran upstairs and got the ratatouille. You heard? We ran upstairs and got the ratatouille, my nigga, immediately. Like I said, the blackout had dudes bugging out. So, we come back outside with the ratatouille. We looking for dudes, but it's a blackout, bro. It's pitch dark outside. It ain't no police dare come into the hood. You feel me? So we walking around with the ratatouille looking for bros that just tugged on the bike. Like I said, these dudes is older now, they mature. We all mature, you feel what I'm saying? And it ain't no bad blood with none of them, you feel what I'm saying? But at the time, we was all young, you feel me? I was older than them, but dudes tugged on the bike, tug of war, tugboat. You feel what I'm saying? So we wasn't feeling that. We went through looking, and I'm gonna keep it real with you. I was looking mainly for son because the other dudes that was part of that tug, they kind of knew me. You feel what I'm saying? They kind of knew me, but the son, he ain't know me at all to be tugging on nothing. Like, you feel me? He ain't even know my son like that to be tugging on nothing. So we like, nah, you crazy? We went upstairs, got the ratatouille. You heard? We came outside with the ratatouille. We walking around in the pitch dark. We can't find these dudes. I'm like, yo, the universe is trying to keep me out the pen. I said, all right, say no schmore. You heard? So We went upstairs and all of that. We called it a night. All right, bet we gonna see dudes in the morning. So I hate when something happen. I like to, whatever's gonna happen. I like to get that out the way, ASAP Rocky. You're ASAP Ferg. Like I'm not with prolonging beef and worrying about what's gonna happen the next day and the next week. If I got a problem with somebody, I'm trying to see them dudes ASAP Ferg. You feel what I'm saying? So we went out that same night looking for bros. You feel me? Couldn't find nobody. Like I said, my main person on in my head was my bro OP. I'm like, I don't like this little nigga. Like he think he had just got shot in the hood too. And the way he got shot, I'm like, yo, that was some real dumb ish that he could have got smirked. And he lucky he just got clapped. So I told my man, keep that dude away from me, son, because like somebody had pulled out a gun, whatever, and dude still punched the dude in the face while he had the gun on him. So I'm like, these little dudes, they reckless. You feel me? Like son backed the whole ratchet out on them, and they still snuff son. Bing bang bing. And then son start hitting blah 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 ling lang 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 ling lang ling ling. And my son OP got hit, but anyway, I ain't no son at the time, but I heard about that. I'm like, what? Niggas did what? I'm like, yo, keep son away from me, man. You heard? So I never was around son. So when he did that tugboat, when he tugged on that bike that day, I said, nah, we going to see son. We went upstairs, got the scratty, came downstairs. I'm like, yo, we going to see son. You heard? So we walking around the hood looking for son and shit. We ain't find son. We called it a night. You heard? Next morning, soon as I opened my eyes, I ain't even brushed my teeth. I'm like this. Yo, call my man. Yo, let's go. Let's go outside. Let's get this shit over with, my nigga. I'm not trying to, you know what I mean? So we went outside looking for son again with the scratty. Early in the morning, nobody to be found. We looking for son, walking through the P's, making circles and laps, looking for son, going by his building, looking for son. Word to my mother, murder, rest in peace, murder. If I'm not mistaken, I had a miggity that murder had gave me. You heard? I had a miggity that murder had gave me, if I'm not mistaken. And that's what we was walking around looking for son with that miggity. You heard? So, we ain't find son early in the morning, right? We ain't find son. I went and sat on the bench. Put that joint in the shopping bag like it was a Whole Foods delivery. You heard? Put that joint in the shopping bag, sat on the bench. I said, yo, we gonna stay here until we see bros. You heard? So we sat on the bench with the miggity in the motherfucking bag. You feel what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm waiting for the bro OP to come through. I told this story. The first person I ever told this story to was General Steele from Bucktown, USA. You heard from Smith and Wesson. I ain't gonna lie. That's when I was a vegan. My shit was 37 pounds soaking wet with 3 VCRs and 2 project buildings in my backpack. You feel what I'm saying when I told him that story? But the first person I ever told this story to was General Steele from the Almighty Boot Camp Clique, Smith and Wesson. Now, I mean, shout out to the bro. But I told him this story one day in the P's, you heard? Because he asked me, how did we hook up? How did we meet? And I gave him the real story. You heard? But we was looking for son with the schmiggity early in the morning with the miggity in the bag, and son never came through. Right? We looking for son for hours. And then Logic sat in my. I said, what am I doing sitting on the bench with the schmiggity for hours? I said, let me get the fuck out of here. And I bounced. You feel what I'm saying? Like we see bros and we see bros. So, know what I mean? Later on that day, this nigga knocks on my door. My son go to the door. He come back. He like, yo, nigga, son from the other side of the projects is knocking on the door. So I said, what? I said, he knocking on the door? I said, yo, get the strap, nigga. Get the strap. Heard? I'm always been a logical dude. Let me tell y'all some deep shit. Every nigga that I raised, every nigga in the hood in Dykeman that I raised, none of them went to the penitentiary. All of them is free right now with a family, with kids. None of my little niggas that I raised went to the penitentiary, my nigga. I kept niggas out the pen. We hit the block when we needed to hit the block. We never was out there. I don't throw away my soldiers. Like niggas that be if you was one of my fucking soldiers, I never had doges. I have soldiers, niggas that's real soldiers. And you can ask any one of them. I don't do no throwaway shit.
I don't throw away. I tell my niggas, yo, you too valuable for me to throw away. Yeah, you one of my soldiers, but you too valuable for me to ever throw away. You heard? You family, nigga, and we ain't, I'm not gonna let you go to the penitentiary over some dumb shit. You heard? When we need to get busy, we gonna get busy. After that, my nigga, besides that, we laying low and staying free out here. You heard? And every one of my little niggas, every one of my niggas that's grown ass men now that I brought up in the hood, none of them went to the penitentiary and none of them is dead. You heard? So the nigga knocked on the door. So niggas came. Niggas like, yo, son, the nigga's son is at the door. So I said, what? Now at this time, we used to keep a him. Matter of fact, it might have not been the, it might have been the Miggity, but at the time, I know we had something else. We had another joint that we kept hidden in the computer. You heard? It was a way to hide the hammer in the computer. At this time, computers was big as hell. You heard? So we had this clamor in the computer. So when the nigga knocked on the door, I popped the computer open. I'm like, what? Pop, pop. I'm like, what the fuck this nigga knocking on? I said, yo, what? He like, I said, yo, ask that nigga what the fuck he want. You heard? So my man went back, yo, son said, yo, what you need? And he was like, yo, now I mean, I want to let son hear some bars. I want to let son hear some bars. Now, this is how young and naive son was. He tried knocking on my door to let me hear. We just was looking for you in the peas with the scratatuli early in the morning, the miggity or whatever we had. I'm like, yo, this nigga crazy. So I see my man came back. He said, yo, the nigga said he want to let you hear a 16. I said, a 16? I'm thinking about another type of 16. So I said, yo, what? And then my other man was like, yo, yeah, son, I had told son, you know, I told son I was going to let you. I said, yo, you know what the fuck son did yesterday? He played tug of war with the bro bike. Like, you know what I mean? He tugged out. He pulled the tugboat last night. Like, nah. So I said, yo, word to mother, man. I said, yo, hold on, man. My shit get the grippity. Hurt? I get the poly grip. I'm like, yo, let that nigga in, man. And I tell niggas, everybody was on point. It was like 5 of us in the crib. Everybody was on point. What? The nigga come, what? Let that nigga in. You heard? He by himself? Let that nigga in. Let that nigga in. I met that nigga. I had to join on me. I was like this, yo, what's up? What up, bro? You feel me? He like, yo, man, I mean, I heard y'all niggas, I mean, the bro let me hear some of the shit y'all putting out. And I mean, I just want to let you hear me. Nigga was like, yo, I just want to spit one verse for you. If you don't like that verse, you ain't gotta fuck with me. If you like it, fuck with me. You heard? So like I said in my head, I'm like, my nigga, we just finished looking for you in the peas all morning long with the schmiggity. You heard? So we might have had 2 riggities at the time. I think we had a trade. We had an understanding wisdom. You heard? And boom. So I'm like, what? I said, let me hear something. I'm looking at my dudes. They looking at me. Niggas is like, I said, yo, go ahead, man. Let me hear a verse, man. Bro, when I tell you this nigga spit some shit. This is how powerful hip hop is. This is how powerful hip hop is. When I tell you this nigga spit some otherworldly shit, he's 16 cash. If that. This nigga spit some bars, son. We was looking for this dude with the miggity, son. Ready to do whatever. We was so mad, we wasn't thinking clearly. This is how the universe writes the story. We was so mad looking for this nigga, we wasn't thinking clearly, my nigga. This nigga stands in the middle of my studio. I had an in-house studio. And a nigga just spits a verse. This is when State Property was out. And basically, son was highly influenced by Emilio Sparks. And he had that type of style at the time. But son spit some bars that was so crazy. I was like, everybody looking at me. I'm looking at everybody. I'm like, I said, this nigga pot is filled. Son, we was about to clap, son. We was looking for son to clap, son, bro. You heard? Son, That nigga spit a verse. I was like, I'm staring at this nigga like, I said, oh shit, this nigga Potter's Field. And niggas looked at me, my mans, because if I say that, if I say, yo, that nigga Potter's Field, that I don't say that to any and everybody, bro. You got to earn that shit, my nigga. Because we all spit crazy. And if you wasn't spitting crazy, you ain't getting that shit. Son, I said, yo, this nigga PF. I'm saying Potter's Field to y'all so y'all can know what I said. But what we really used to say is, yo, son, nah, that nigga PF. Like, if one of my men say that man, if I don't know a nigga, and he be like, yo, son, you ever heard such and such and such? I be like, nah. He be like, yo, son, that nigga PF, son. That's like saying, yo, that nigga one of us, my nigga. You heard? So when that nigga, this the nigga we was looking for to clap, son. A few minutes ago, an hour ago, we was walking around the P's for 2-3 hours looking for this nigga. You feel what I'm saying? Son, I heard that nigga bars. I was like, oh shit, this nigga PF. That nigga sat down. I was like, yo, yeah, son, that was crazy, man. I see you be recording this shit. Then he let me hear some shit he recorded. And I was like, oh, this boy got it all the way. This nigga hit the blunt. He take the blunt. We in there. At this time, nigga, we type of niggas, we lighting one blunt up. It's 9 of us in that motherfucker. We like the Potter's Field. We like the Wu-Tang Clan that never got on. Like, we never did it as big. We never got big. You heard? I did my little thing here and there, but we never really blew up. We the Wu-Tang Clan that never blew up. You heard? It's like 9 of us in that motherfucker on one blunt like this. Yo, pass that, nigga. You took 1.5 pulls already. Pass the shit. You heard? This nigga takes the blunt. This nigga hitting that shit so hard, my nigga. Like, he taking so many pulls of the blunt. We looking at the nigga like, is this nigga trying to play us? Like, is this nigga trying to disrespect us? Nigga hitting the blunt so crazy. So it's like he wasn't really being disrespectful. Son just was young and naive and crazy. So this just goes to show when dudes commit crimes and kill people and shoot people and do shit at these ages of 15 and 16, really, bro, niggas ain't even in their right state of mind, my nigga. Because my son that I'm talking about, he grew up to be a real level-headed nigga that don't give a fuck about the streets, don't want to be in the streets, don't respect the street nigga just because he a street nigga. He's not with none of that. Son is too intelligent for that, you feel me? But at this time in his life, he was gang banging and getting shot and shooting and doing all type of dumb shit that'll get a nigga murdered. And son grew up, when he got in his 30s, that nigga turned his back on that whole entire lifestyle and everything about it. Still a real nigga, still a tough nigga. But the thought of me going to jail and shooting and robbing, I'm too good for that. And that's what I instilled in my niggas, that they too good for that shit, my nigga. You heard? And it were all my niggas. They too good for that shit. You feel what I'm saying? But I made son PF that day. You heard? Like, I made son PF that day, and we had to basically de-brainwash him from what he was brainwashed in with the streets and the niggas he was around, because I was a way older nigga that just came home from doing 6 pieces. You feel what I'm saying? So niggas had to give son knowledge of self. Basically, he never was a dumb nigga. And I'm gonna tell you some deep shit. One day we laid a track, right? This track, I don't know if you can find it, but it's called Keeping On. You heard? It might just be called Keeping On. You heard? But, you know, in the hook, he'd be like, you gotta keeping on. Oh, I can't remember the words, but bro, this nigga, we recorded this song, right? Now this nigga 16 years old. So we recorded this song, bro. Son spit bars that was so mature and grown and deep and spiritual that is no way anyone could ever convince me that when you are truly a real rap artist, that this shit don't flow through a higher power, my nigga, that it don't flow through a higher consciousness. You feel what I'm saying? This shit flows through a higher consciousness. When you really a rapper, you ain't in control of everything that's you putting on that paper, my nigga. That shit coming from a different place. Like the nigga Nas said, know what I mean? My soul writes the songs, but my songs come from the Father Homie, is getting darker. Like, bro, sometimes nigga be channeling like real talk. Like, nigga be channeling. And there's times I witnessed that shit with me and my whole team. Like, niggas is channeling, my nigga. Like, these niggas too young to have this type of information to be spitting like this. You feel me? Go check that joint called The Government with Tupac. Check the joint, put in Tupac The Government. I'm on that song, my nigga. Me and my guy. My guy spit bars on that shit so crazy, I didn't put his name on the track. Not because I ain't want that nigga to get no shine. Not because I was wanting to get the shine. Nah, my nigga, I ain't put that name on the track because the shit he spit was so controversial and so anti-establishment that at the time I felt I had to protect that nigga. You heard? Like, nah, I can't even put your name on this, bro. Like, you wowed out on this last verse of this Tupac song. And this is a certified, yo, I've been blessed in life, bro. I'm an underground nigga. I never had no major bread, no major deal, none of that. And I've been blessed, bro, with some of the features and some of the shit I was able to land on. That Tupac The Government song, check that. Put in Tupac The Government on YouTube and watch how many uploads that shit got. Go to any Tupac website in America and put in Tupac The Government, and it comes up as an official unreleased Tupac song, my nigga. And I put that song out, bro. You heard? And everything is written in the book of life. And I spoke about this in one of my stories where I feel like Tupac basically reached out from the motherfucking beyond the grave, my nigga. I don't care what nobody feel. I feel like Tupac reached out from beyond the grave to help me put this track together, bro. Because I didn't know nothing about mixing, tempo, BPMs. Nigga, that shit was Chinese arithmetic to me. You feel what I'm saying? So for me to be able to put this song out and this shit gets labeled as a Tupac unreleased song, I'm blessed in life, bro. But if you don't believe the hype, go put in St. Laz The Government, put in Tupac The Government, and listen to the verse that my bro OP spit on the end of that shit. That nigga went crazy, my nigga. Crazy. So some of this rap shit is deeper than what you think, bro. But yeah, that's how I met the bro. So, you know, that Wu-Tang shit that I'm watching, like if them niggas really went through it like that, when niggas had beef, and that shit is remarkable, my nigga. That shit is remarkable. I'm gonna keep it real with you. Let me get to some of these comments. What time is it? 10:21 in another 9 minutes. That new episode drop. Yursk. Crunchy Crunch, what's poppin'? Brad 730, what's poppin'? Hellfire, what's really good? John Carter, Chi-Town, what's poppin'? Roll Up Music, what's really good? John Carter, what's poppin'? Strong Island in the building, what's really good? You already know. April Hyatt, what's poppin'? Creative, what's really good? Reading some of these comments, man. Tri-State Sean, what up? Equator 7, what's really good? Tiny Guns, what up? Devon was popping. MJ was really hood. Newburgh was populating. Dix One, I appreciate you, bro. Pause. El Josh Shabazz was really good. Mr. Fields was popping. NC was really. Michael was popping. Peter Washington was really good. I'm tight, man. I think I lost my fucking meta glasses, man. That shit got me pissed off, man. Shit ruined my whole day. Like, I was having a good week, good day today. I can't find my meta glasses. I think I ain't got no time to be losing no $300 glasses, bro. That shit got me pissed off, bro. You heard? Like, I hate losing technology. You know, I'm a technology fanatic, so I got a stash of tech. Lost my fucking Ray-Ban meta glasses, bro. That shit got me heated, bro. You heard? I'm trying not to think about that shit. That shit got me tight. Fuck out of here, man. Yeah, I'm reading some of these yarmans. Yursk. Hakeem Thomas, which happened. Right, I was reading some comments today on that, you know, that
Talib Kweli video with me in it, Mano in it. You heard Derek Brown, what's poppin'? I see you in the building. Redman Morocco, what's poppin'? I see you. Paul Perez, what's poppin'? I see you in the building. Gunny Walker, what's really hoodwinked and bamboozled. City Noise, what's poppin'? Freddie Acevedo, what's populating? Let the pain inspire you. What up? Mud Dog, what's really good? Jesus Moreno, what's really good? Codename Mata, I see you, what's poppin'? That new episode is about to drop at 10:30. I need everybody that's in this chat to go check this new prison story, Brooklyn Fire. Like, you know, I only put out that fire, man. Your HK was populating. I see you. Comment section, what's really? Charlie Chowdown, what's really? Marcus Haley, what's really? Peace, peace, peace to the gods. Shout out to the bro from LG that I just ran into on motherfucking in Williamsburg. You heard? Shout out to the bro. Shout out to my bro Ken Do 718. We dropping a new video next week. It's called The Hustle Never Stop. You heard? We filmed that shit at Cybertron and graphics. That shit is fire. You heard? Raw gangster thug shit. Like, I'm putting a project together actually right now called Bring Back Filthy Rap. So if you out there and you want to be a part of this project, holla at me. I mean, talk some business. Because I'm pushing this shit. I'm putting this shit on Spotify as a playlist, and I'm pushing it to death on Instagram. You feel me? And on YouTube, all my content. I'm putting a new project together, man. So I'm just stacking beats right now. Got a couple of verses laid down and shit like that. It's going to get ugly, you heard? But yeah, hold on. Let me see what time it is. 4 more minutes. But like, yo, somebody said, right? Somebody said in the comments on that Talib Kweli Go Brooklyn video, make sure you go see that. I'm in that, your boy LAZ. That's the video that caused all the hate and all of that good shit, right? So somebody left a comment. It was like, yo, Laz, yo, whatever nigga said some shit, yo, whatever your outfit that you had on at that shit, blah, 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 you played yourself wearing some shit like that. I said, yo, bro, listen, let me tell you something. I need you to understand and realize something. I really need you to realize something. All of this closed talk that you hear Mano and me talking, all this closed talk, that shit ain't nothing but poor ghetto Negro arguments. You heard? Because if a white man would have popped up at that video shoot with whatever the fuck he had on, that nigga could have had some open-toe motherfucking Birkenstocks. You heard? With an Old Navy sweatsuit on, niggas would have been like, oh shit, I think that's the nigga that run the label, son. I think that's the nigga that own the label. So at the end of the day, all of that closed talk, worrying about what a nigga got on, how he wearing his outfit, all of that shit is poor ghetto Negro bickering. You heard? And a white motherfucker, the niggas who we, you know, break our necks to try to kiss their ass, because these niggas is always kissing white niggas' ass, that nigga look at you like a fool, arguing over, oh, that nigga had on Nike socks with, he like, huh? Nigga, I own 4 condos in a hospital. And, you know, and I'm dressed like a fucking bum every day. Nobody says nothing about a white motherfucker dressing like that. An Asian motherfucker could pop up wearing whatever the fuck he wanna wear. And niggas will be like, yo, I think that nigga right there think he, you know, he one of the owners of Sony. You heard? So it's only our ghetto asses that's watching our sneakers. Yo, this nigga, oh, that's not the real Jordans? Oh, nah, oh, this nigga got the inexpensive New Balance. All of that shit is poor ghetto Negro bickering. You heard? So if you want to take part in that, my nigga. But that shit is corny, my nigga. That shit is corny. And like I said, if the president of Sony popped up with the open-toe Birkenstocks on, with his toes out, with an Old Navy sweatsuit, niggas will be like, how you doing, sir? How you doing? Mano and everybody else will be like, hey, sir, how you doing? Nice to meet you. Hey, Jermaine, you feel what I'm saying? Like, let's keep it real, my nigga. Let's keep it real, my nigga. The white man hop out with that outfit on, you like this, hey, how you doing? Hey, how's everything? All of a sudden now you a Harvard graduate. Hey, how's everything? But when it's another hood nigga, black nigga, nigga from around the same way, a nigga like this.
Oh shit, that nigga got on he got the Nike, so yo, the nigga got on some real talk, my nigga. So, let's just be real here. Let's just be real. You heard? And them same niggas that's agreeing with the, yo, word, that nigga know better than to wear some shit like that. Niggas in the shelter somewhere with all their clothes in a garbage bag. You heard? Like, I'm just keeping it real with you. Like, the type of people that really, that materialistic shit really means something to, they the broke motherfuckers. And the niggas who that shit don't mean nothing to at all, they the rich motherfuckers. So, all of this shit is an awakening for everybody. Like I said, the white nigga hop out with the old Navy suit, with the Birkenstocks. Niggas is like this. Pleased to meet you, sir. Pleased to meet you, sir. How you doing? Yeah, hi. Hey, how's everything? How's the wife and kids? Oh, you went kayaking last summer. Oh, can I see the pictures? That's how niggas will be talking to the white motherfucker that come to the video shoot dressed like a baseball player. Let's just keep it real. In 2025, let's just keep it real about everything. Everything. Let's keep it a whole stack. You heard? But yeah, my G's, man, new episode at 10:30. New episode at 10:30. It's 10:30 now. So what I need y'all 111 people to do, if y'all really got love for the LAZ guy, I need y'all to slide over to this new premiere, leave some comments on the actual video. I'm gonna hop in the premiere and shout y'all out too. But I mean, leave some comments on the actual video. Let's get this algorithm stirring. They say Friday ain't a good day to drop. Man, let's prove these niggas wrong. You heard? Get at me, LAZ.